We are here today with attorney Diana Santamaria, who was recently named in the 2008 Florida Super Lawyers as being in the top 5% of lawyers in the state. Dawn Marie, would you join me in saying
welcome to the program, Miss Diana?
Well, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
What areas of law do you specialize in?
Yes, my firm takes on cases where someone has had an injury or lost a loved one as a result of the negligence or carelessness of another. So my clients are frequently victims of car, truck, or boat accidents caused by the negligence of others. And we also represent victims of medical malpractice, inadequate security, nursing home neglect, defective products, and in general, injuries or deaths caused by the negligence of others.
You mentioned inadequate security. Are you referring to the mall parking lot security or lack thereof, like the recent murders at the Boca Town Center Mall?
Yes, Dawn Marie, that's exactly what I'm referring to. The owners of malls and other business establishments, they're responsible for providing a safe and secure environment, both inside their establishments and also outside as well, for all their patrons. Sometimes malls and other business establishments cut back on security in order to save money, and thereby they expose their consumers to violence, theft, and at times even murder. That's when we would come in, to right a wrong and obtain compensation for the victims through the civil justice system.
How could our listeners reach you if they have that type of a problem?
Well, that's easy, Wiz. We're just a phone call away. We can be reached by calling 954-434-1077. That is 954-434-1077. All consultations are free, and if a client needs representation and is too far or can't travel to our offices, this is not an obstacle, as we represent persons all over the state and even throughout the country.
In case you're just joining us, we're talking here with personal injury attorney Diana Santamaria. She's located at University Place Suite 205C, 5220 South University Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Mall parking lot violence has received lots of media attention, so I'm glad the people have a champion on their side. Now, you also mentioned highway accidents. Tell us about what you would do for someone injured in a car or truck accident.
Well, Wiz, in Florida, we have something called the no-fault law. This requires all persons who own a vehicle to carry the requisite PIP or personal injury protection insurance. Because of this, if they're injured in a motor vehicle accident, they have those benefits available to them for their injuries. But if they've lost a loved one or suffered a permanent injury or catastrophic injury, they may have recourse against the person who caused their accident or under their own insurance above and beyond their PIP coverage. So determining that and looking to obtain maximum compensation for injuries or deaths to help make people whole, that's what we strive to do.
Miss Diana, I noticed that in the Florida 2008 Super Lawyers that you represented the family of an 81-year-old grandmother who was killed in an auto accident and obtained close to $1 million for her death in less than 1 year. Don't cases like this usually take years to resolve? Can you tell us a little about your handling of that case?
Sure, Dawn Marie. Well, that was a very sad case. It was an intersectional collision. Involved a combination of a vehicle making a left turn into the path of an oncoming speeding vehicle. The grandmother who died, she was an active and vibrant woman who left a wonderful husband and 2 daughters and grandchildren as well. And part of our success in that case was there was good insurance coverage, and we moved quickly to obtain compensation for her death by filing a lawsuit and aggressively pushing forward on the case.
Well, it sounds like you did a wonderful job for that family in the face of their loss.
Well, thanks, Wiz. You know, sometimes these cases are very emotionally draining, and our firm is sensitive to this. So we try as best we can to obtain closure as quickly as possible for these reasons.
So, Miss Diana, if one of our listeners feels that you may be of assistance to them, how do they go about speaking to you?
Well, thanks, Dawn Marie. That's easy, and we're just a phone call away. We can be reached by calling 954-434-1077. That is 954-434-1077. All consultations are free, and if a client needs representation and is too far or cannot travel to our offices, this is not an obstacle, as we represent persons all over the state and even throughout the country.
Okay, folks, well, you've heard from Diana Santa Maria, a personal injury lawyer featured in the 2008 Florida Super Lawyers as being in the top 5% of lawyers in the state. If you have suffered an injury or loss due to someone else's negligence and would like to speak to her about your case, you may call her by calling 954-434-1077. That's 954-434-1077.
We want to thank you so much, Miss Diana, for joining us at this time.
Thank you, Don Marie and Liz. It's been a pleasure to be on your wonderful show. Thank you.